Tonight on Hip on the Spot News. The F4 Phantom gets another delay to possibly May. Heatblur just released a fast info report on the situation. I stopped the weekend and we got back in the studio, no more fun for you. And we delivered the fast and concise news on what has happened. This and more on How I Play. This video is sponsored by Fox3 Managed Solutions. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti, and tonight we are going to talk about the latest breaking news in DCS world. So what just happened? Well, don't worry, we are here to help you out and explain all the details of the current status with the F4 Phantom. I got the news late in the night during the weekend and Natasha said, "You got a bad dream." Sadly, it wasn't a dream. So Heatblur did an important announcement for us on their episode 3 video focusing on navigation. It seems that they encountered a severe problem with their new UI system during mass testing. This issue is not easy to solve, and so they have to delay the F4E Phantom until the early spring with a strong target of April and a launch absolutely no later than May. But do not despair, as there is more information about this. Now, this is the short statement, and stay with us as we will do a deep dive into all the information provided by Heatblur on their website. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos that will cover everything you need to know in the world of flight sim news, only here at How I Play. So yes, the Phantom is prone to a delay again. For some of you, this news may cause a less pleasant feeling, but it's important to understand why the Phantom is yet again delayed before you jump in the banter wagon. Be advised, all the news you are about to hear is based on the official Heatblur statement posted on their website and linked in the video description. So, when they found the issue with the UI system, they immediately focused on solving it, doing hard work and facing the 2 weeks that were left until the end of their previously released window. But they came to realize that they need more time with it. And so, their update about the delay was posted late as a result of an all-out effort to solve this. Now, they are aiming for an April release and are working with their partners to get the Phantom to us as soon as possible. Despite the confidence they had with their product and believing very strongly that they would be able to still ship it inside of March, but they would have also be risking that any minor misstep or development element would go wrong. And this would have caused also the timeline to slip. And this, they said, would be unfair to everyone. They also note that this decision hasn't been easy, but we need to understand that the F4 Phantom itself is, for most intent and purposes, very close to being ready for launch. Nice! The developer posts 2 main reasons for the delay. One is health issues with the team. It's that time of the year and we do understand. And the second, but the most important one, is the UI system issue. A rendering backend that allows for many new UI elements in DCS world, spanning from browsers, interactive manuals, to a more fully featured gesture wheel. It's a cornerstone of their plans for today and the future, and also what they think will eventually be a welcome addition to DCS world as a whole. When they began the mass testing of the F4 in January, they found out that 5 to 10% of users had experienced game-breaking, unusable lag with any and all UI elements due to a GPU bottleneck. They tried to resolve these as soon as possible, but the task is not easy as we would think. It seems that every time they thought a solution was found, they ran into another set of problems and be right back at step 1. This forced them to get back to the drawing board, to reassess and try new solutions, and further shifted the timeline. But the situation appeared to be solvable in time. Now, this is Heatblur we are talking about. We all know they are fearless when in battle with the elements, and so it's no surprise they faced it with confidence. As they say, in the past they have solved worse problems in the run-up for the release of the F14 and Vegan. But this time it seems that the core issues causing the problems to the F4 turn out to be an incredibly complex, multi-layered onion involving both the Windows GPU scheduler as well as GPU process scheduling in DCS itself, mixed with some deep hardware level connections across various technologies such as AHGS, resizable bar, and even specific GPU drivers. It took them hundreds of hours of debugging and bombarding the affected hardware and individuals with experimental builds, and in the end, despite also reaching out to the industry contacts, they found no solution but to rewrite significant parts of the UI layer to solve the issue. So yes, they did spend a great amount of time trying to tackle this, and sadly, they were required to go back and rewrite this key piece of the F4. Now, when I read this, I could only imagine the stress, the hardship, but yet the dedication of this team to fight on. We know this is not a clock-in, clock-out job for them. It's their passion, and you fight for what you believe in. Please remember, they are a small indie flight simulation developer. We are not talking about AAA here. So, this UI custom interaction thingy, do we really need it in early access? Now I know, what question is that? Well, it's a valid question, and I cannot hide it. This UI drives all those features we already discussed before, like the interactive manual, checklist, customization tools, bombing calculator, and for more advanced features in existing UIs such as the gesture wheel. While you might be thinking to yourself, is it really worth it to delay and to cause issues over something like an interactive manual or bombing calculator? Well, it's not about the bombing calculator or the manual, it's about our friend, Gesture. You see, the system also drives the gesture wheel and the crew chief's menu, as UI elements will freeze completely and the aircraft would become unflyable. You wouldn't be able to cold start, or you would simply be unable to operate Gesture using the UI. But all of this will be fixed. They just need more time. And if you ask me, it's a no-brainer. Let them have more time so we can have more fun, right? Now in our next video, we will talk about how the team is solving this issue with the UI and what are their plans. I prepared this show during Sunday morning last weekend, so I am jumping back in the studio with more work done the next day. For those of you who are still watching until the end of this part 1, thank you for sticking with us for all the latest news from your favorite simulators and games. There is also a lot of news we got for you this week, new sponsors and amazing info we got from other platforms as well. Many thanks to our patrons that support our channel. Remember to check our sponsors VR Rock for your VR blue light protection and prescription lenses, Fox3 Managed Solutions for the best DCS servers out there, Moza Racing with their amazing technology, and PIMAX for the most quality VR headset that the market can offer. And subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.